All right, so here we are on Wevideo. In the last lesson, we imported 4 images or photos, and we imported a 52-second video clip, and I actually dragged them down here onto the video line down here. And again, if we were to start at the beginning, uh, this stuff would be there, but it's not very exciting. Um, First things first, up at the top here, you'll see there's a place for the title of this project. So instead of my project, which it names everything my project, you should put your name. My name is Mr. Pat. So you would put, whatever, Joey and Susie's um, room 200 tour, because that's what we're doing. We're doing a tour of room 200. So first of all, we want to give it a title. Second of all, here at the beginning of the video, what we sure want to do is have some sort of a title. So over here in the corner, there's a thing called text. And this one here that says sample text is a good one. I'm going to click and drag it down here. And if I'm lucky, it's going to allow me to shove all this stuff over. This thing says insert and push. Yeah, I kind of couldn't get it all the way to the beginning. It's on the wrong side of this picture. I wonder if I can move it over. Nope, doesn't like that, huh? Here, let's move that picture over there, slide everything down. Kind of annoying, but you get the idea. We want the title at the beginning, obviously, okay? And sometimes you just gotta click and drag all this stuff until it's touching. All right, so, here it says sample text. That's obviously not a good enough title. I want it to say something like Mr. Pat's Fabulous Room 200 Tour or something like that. So if I double click on that, it takes me into this edit clip window here. All right, and instead of sample text, I'm gonna say Mr. Pat's Awesome Room 200 Tour. I might even say video tour. There, that's pretty cool. And then I'm going to say done. And now that's at the beginning of my timeline here. Remember this trick here where I showed you? If you click on this guy, it shoots it back to the beginning. So now if I hit play, it's got what? There's 5 seconds, 6, 7, 8 seconds, and then it starts going into my pictures. Okay? That's neat. You know what's missing? Music. So I'm going to come back over here, and there's a tab for audio. Boys and girls, there's a million different sound audio clips, music, whatever you want to call it, background music. Um, you could spend literally hours, but we're just going to grab something horror, pop, R&B, rock here. I'm just going to grab this one here, and I'm going to put it underneath. This line over here says audio. So that's where the sound lives. Now, I may want the audio to be there through my whole video. I may not, but at least I have it on my time track. So if I were to hit play here, and because I'm recording this by screen capture, you may not hear the music, but trust me, it's there as it plays along. As long as you see these little squiggle lines here down at the bottom, that means that there is music. Okay. So now I've got music there, and that's a pretty good start. Right, so now we have a title, Mr. Pat's Awesome Room 200 Video Tour. We have music down here on the audio line, so we've got some background music, which is pretty cool. You can see that my background music is a little bit longer than my video clips, but that's okay. We can trim that down later. All right, but in between each one of these pictures, I'm going to hit play and just watch what happens. Um, but watch the way it goes from this title. I'm talking over here where you're going to watch it to the picture. It very abruptly, very suddenly switches from one to the other. Um, I'd like something different to happen there in between my pictures, and if we watch maybe 2 more of these, you'll see where it goes between this last photograph and my video. Um, Again, I just don't like how sudden that is. So we're gonna do something called transitions. And transitions are ways of making it a little smoother going in between things. So this one here is kind of cool. And by the way, if you click on any of these, you'll see a little preview over here. So if I click on this one here, the curtains open and close. And if I click on this one over here, a paper airplane changes this thing. Or if I do this, it goes from one to the other, side to side. So any one of these is a cool choice for you to do as a transition. And there's, again, a million of them. Don't get hung up on doing searching for them and spending so much time on that you don't get your project done. Look, I'm just going to grab this. You can choose your own, but I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to put the rainbows here. I'm going to put the paper airplane here. I'm going to put the B to A here. Let's see. We got some craziness here. And now I'm going to play that same clip of video and watch what happens. I'm using my old trick of going back to the start line there. So Mr. Pat's Awesome Room 200 video tour, and it lasts long enough so you have plenty of time to read that. There's the curtains. That's much cooler than just suddenly changing to that desktop of a computer there. Then you have the little rainbow slashes there. The paper airplane takes you to the next picture. So these transitions give your video a little more pop, a little more, style, pizzazz, whatever you wanna call it. And now that video is gonna keep on going. Now here's something that happens too is when you take this original video here, there's a very good possibility that the microphone was on the camera and that it took sound with this video here. Um, we wanna just hear the music plain and simple, so I'm gonna double click on that, and there's a thing here called audio, and I can turn the audio all the way down, and when I click done over here in the top corner, again, my audio is all the way down and click done. And now you should only hear the music. You won't hear if there was like I understand this video is particularly of an empty classroom, but if you took it while you were in class, you might hear kids talking. You might hear me yelling at somebody, people scraping their chairs across the floor. So being able to knock the sound down from this video clip makes it better. Okay. One more thought since we've got a title at the beginning, we should probably put one at the end. And if we come back here to text, here where it says text, I have titles. Way down at the bottom, if I roll down, there's a thing called special. And in the corner, you can see one that if you click on it, it looks like the what we call the credits at the end of a movie. So I'm going to click on that guy and bring him over here. And then double click on it. Now we don't need all of this stuff. It's directed by you. So me, I'm Mr. Pat. You might put, you stinker, come back here. Got to make sure you highlight the right things you want to get rid of. There we go. Mr. Pat. I don't need the second time my name in there. Produced by, let's see, GMS Tech Ed. Actors. We don't have any actors in this video. I might say, thanks for watching. And now we've got this nice little box of credits. I'll center it a little bit and say done. And now when we get to the end of the video here, you'll see those credits. Two problems. One, it did that really quick switch thing there. Remember transitions? Now that we're experts in transitions, I can grab one real quick, slap it in there, and now that's gonna look a little bit better when it goes from the video. That's kinda cool. Another thing I can do, if I click on this guy here, I'm gonna show you this last thing. In this corner here, it shows you text, but it also has a thing called animation. I can make these words move. So here's my start position is where it is. And if I click on end position and I move this up like this, way up to the top, watch what happens. See the credits are moving. They're rolling up towards the top of the screen, just like in a real movie. I might even finish my end position to all the way off the screen and then say done. So when I come back here, that's the end of my video. Here's going to be a transition. and then my credits are going to roll, they call that, all the way up to the end. So if I take my cursor here and I put it at the end of my title, and I've got this music track selected, I can click on the split button here, and that divides it in two. I move this guy over just a little bit and hit delete. And now my music's going to end exactly at the end of my video. So what I have here, boys and girls, is about a minute and 30-second video. I've got title at the beginning. I've got a transition. I've got a photo, another transition, another photo, another transition, another photo, another transition, another photo, transition, video with the sound knocked down. By the way, this whole time we're listening to the music underneath that we picked. There's another transition and then moving credits at the end. That's a pretty cool video. And of course, it's got my name or me and my partner's name there at the top. So I would say this is pretty much done for activity 3, and you can show it to your teacher.